something I've been waiting to talk about. A lot of people have been talking about it, and recently Taraji P. Henson, she made a statement about it, and you just heard the statement by one of Jussie's relatives, his younger brother, the statement that he made. And honestly, I just wanted to give my perspective on the situation because I know that a lot of people feel that, well, he lied. He brought this on himself. He is the reason he is in this situation, and he's still fighting to the end and claiming that he was attacked. I don't know what the situation is because I wasn't there. I do not believe his story just based on a lot of the things that were revealed after the attack, and just some things just didn't add up or make sense. But did the sentencing fit the crime? And that, I believe, is what his family's outcry really should have been for. Because listen, as family, a lot of families, not every family, they are going to support you right or wrong. So nobody would have really been thinking that his family is just like delusional if they came out in front of that courthouse to either make a non-statement but by saying, I have no comment, I love my brother and I support him and love him. Nobody would fault him for that because they are convicted murderers who have family that still support them and love them, but they don't like what they did, maybe not even understanding what they did. But it's like, well, you know, this is my family member, this is my whatever, and I still love them. I don't like what they did, but I still love the person. And the statement that his brother made, I feel sorry for him because it's definitely like, it sounds like, at least, he has been convinced that Jussie has been framed and set up and he actually was attacked. I would say that I wouldn't fault them for saying, look, he's my brother. I don't want to comment on the conviction, but I still stand behind my brother. I love him and I don't feel that the punishment fits the crime. And I think a lot more people would have been behind that statement versus the one that he just gave. And the other thing that I really wanted to talk about in this conversation, and I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on it, but Taraji P. Henson, Jussie Smollett's friend, former co-star from the show Empire, she played his mom on the show. She played Cookie, and you know, I never really watched Empire, so I don't know a whole lot about it. I only know scenes that I may have saw on other things and just hearing people talk about it because it was a very, very popular show at one time years ago. And there are some people that are making the claim that Taraji P. Henson is comparing him to Emmitt Till, and I think some people are missing what she really meant. Now, this story comes from the SandraRose.com blog, and it reads that Taraji P. Henson is catching flack for defending her former Empire co-star Jussie Smollett, an inmate in Chicago's Cook County Jail. Taraji, who played Jussie's TV mom Cookie Lyon in the Fox TV soap opera, wrote a post comparing the disgraced actor to 14-year-old lynching victim Emmitt Till. I am not here to debate you on his innocence, but we can agree that the punishment does not fit the crime. Emmitt Till was brutally beat and ultimately murdered because of a lie, and none of the people involved with his demise spent one day in jail, even after Carolyn Bryant admitted that her claims were false. No one was hurt or killed during Jussie's ordeal. He has already lost everything. Everything. To me, as an artist not able to create, that in itself is punishment enough. He can't get a job. No one in Hollywood will hire him. And again, as an artist who loves to create, that is prison. My prayer is that he is freed and put on house arrest and probation because in this case, that would seem fair. Please. #FreeJussie. She included a series of praying hands at the end of her post, and then she turned her comments off prior to posting her plea for Jussie's freedom, but the Twitter comments were nothing nice. So people were writing things like, Taraji P. Henson really has her nerve comparing Jussie to Emmitt Till in any capacity. Who have you championed after they allege some S, while the other party has suffered while waiting for a verdict? Girl, bye. And listen, I don't believe that was what her intent was, but because she knows how brutal people can be on social media, yeah, she turned off her comments prior to posting that because she just didn't really want to hear it. She believes what she believes, and she's standing on what she's standing on. But listen, I don't believe she was comparing Jussie to Emmitt Till as a victim. She was comparing the situation that she said in her statement about the woman who this Emmitt Till situation was all about, why he was lynched, because she lied. She lied, Carolyn Bryant, and she admitted that her claims were false, but she has not been put in any type of custody, charged, or anything like that. She is comparing the fact that this woman lied, and her lie caused someone to be murdered. And Jussie Smollett, he may have lied, but the lie, does it justify him spending time in jail for that? That's what she was saying. She was not comparing Jussie Smollett to Emmitt Till. She was comparing one person's lie and how they are treated versus his supposed lie, which is what she's saying. Like, I'm not here to debate his innocence or guilt, but what I am saying is that if he lied, should he spend time in jail when this woman admitted that she lied and her lie caused Emmitt Till to be lynched and murdered? And that is what she was saying. She wasn't saying Emmitt Till and Jussie Smollett have something in common. She was talking about the lies in those cases and how he was treated and prosecuted versus this woman. That's what she was trying to say. So she didn't say it in that way, and maybe if she said it in that way, she wouldn't have gotten the backlash that she received on social media. But I got it because I do agree with her in that sense. I'm not saying it's okay for anyone to lie, but there have been so many situations over the past couple of years. We saw this uprise of people being called Karens. That's become a thing now. Because there have been it's been an uprising of a number of situations that have been caught on video where people caught someone just getting in the middle of something that they had no business getting in the middle of, or they were lying about a situation, and when they got caught, they may have gotten fired from their job or things like that, but have they been prosecuted for lying? There have been situations where someone said that they believe this black person stole their cell phone, and then it turns out that wasn't the case and whatever, but did that person get prosecuted? I mean, there's just a number of situations that have come up, and yeah, this situation was pretty big. And I do believe that because of the situation that he put into this supposed attack that happened to him, it is political. It is political. I don't believe if he said anything about, if he didn't say anything about the former president and people wearing red MAGA hats and, calling him the N-word and all these different things like that, and it was just, I was attacked, and he never made any mention of anything like that or who the people were and what they were wearing and who they supported or whatever, I don't believe that he would have gotten as much of a backlash and punishment as he has gotten. And some people feel that, well, it's just 5 months. It's no big deal. He'll be out in 3. Just do your time, get it over with, then come out, do your probation and pay your fines. But again, who's going to hire him? He may have to create his own opportunities now to make money because he's pretty much blacklisted in the industry. And it's not like Empire, even though it was a big thing at one time in the African American community, it wasn't like he was on some big crossover show. The only reason why a lot of people who are not in the African American community even know anything about him and who he is because he said that red hat Trump supporting people attacked him and put a noose around his neck, and he made it out to be a hate crime. So again, yeah, he did bring it on himself, and his family has the right to love him and support him and stand, with him and continue to love him and be there for him. But the way his family came out and just was lashing at the public for not believing him, you can't blame the public for not believing your brother, especially when the evidence showed that he was not telling the truth. Now, something may come out later where, I don't know, that the brothers may have set him up in some way. I don't know. I'm not saying that that is the case. I'm not even saying that I believe that that is a situation that really happened. But what I am saying is that I just do not believe that if he left the political stuff out of it, and he never said anything about Trump supporters, MAGA red hat wearers, or whatever, that the Chicago Police Department would have been so hell-bent on prosecuting him for lying. They may have said, look, we wasted man hours and all of these different things trying to find these people that don't exist, and this didn't really happen. You have to pay us back, and on top of that, you have to pay some civil fines and maybe even be put on probation. But I do believe that the judge is a Trump supporter. I do. And so it was just kind of ironic to me for this guy to call Jussie Smollett a narcissist. He may be, but I'm quite sure he supported one of the biggest narcissists ever, which is the former president. And that's one of the reasons why he was so hell-bent on using that time of having his time to speak to really call Jussie out, period. It could have just been like, look, dude, you are a disgrace. This is ridiculous. You were found guilty and you're still claiming that you are innocent, and then you're trying to make yourself out to be a martyr in some way. Just settle down. I'm going to give you a little bit of time to cool down. So I'm going to put you, on probation for several years, and you're going to have to pay this money back. And on top of that, some fines. And you're going to have to pay for it in humiliation because you're pretty much blackballed in the industry. So good luck getting work. But to put him in jail too, I don't know if that was really worth it. I don't know if that was justifiable. So in that sense, I do understand what Taraji P. Henson was talking about, and I do agree with her. She just didn't explain it in the way that it should have been explained. Because again, no, Jussie Smollett is no Emmitt Till, but Jussie Smollett is a convicted liar, and this woman who the Emmitt Till case and his unfortunate murder was surrounding, Carolyn Bryant, she never served a day in jail. And that is what she was talking about. She said she admitted that her claims were false, but she was never charged. She never spent one day in jail. And that is really what she was saying. I do believe that is what she meant. So no, Jussie Smollett is no Emmitt Till, but I do understand what Taraji P. Henson meant. And because she's tired, frustrated, loves her, friend, former co-star, she just didn't really feel like going into any back and forth with people. So I don't blame her for turning her comments off. Some people may say, well, why did she make the statement if she didn't want to hear what other people have to say? Not everybody wants to hear what everyone has to say just because they make a comment. Not every comment is worthy of a back and forth banter. Sometimes people just want to say what the hell they want to say, and that's it. So anyway, you can let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section. Thank you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And until the next time, I'm just being beautifully honest.